Hey, how's it going, everyone? Looks like we're trying to find a bottom here. Looks like silver on the daily's turning a corner. Could certainly turn back in, further back into support, but this is the opposing point we're looking for. We have the wick pointing down. We have the opening into the next day. And I bet you if we look closer, we'll find it there. Here we go. Look at the cross on the hourly chart. Double bottom here, crossed over the 8 here, support there. So double bottom, support, support again. Watch the flat top break into resistance, into previous lows. That 34 on a 60-minute and build from there. Looks like we got an hourly chart bottom forming. Jug it through the mud, didn't they? Let's get back above 1700. Right there across the 34. Looks like resistance on the way up. Pretty nice turn. Double bottom. Got support. The bullish retracement back into the 8. Coming in right now. Looks like it already popped it and then threw it back. Looks good for silver. Could get a turn right here. Gold too. 60-minute on the gold. Can't tell what's going on down here, but looks like a left shoulder here, head, right shoulder there, flat top break. Gold's looking pretty good across that 34 on a 60-minute, leading. Let's look at copper while we're at it, see if we can get these things rolling together. Looks like I got a double bottom on the hourly chart on copper. Shoot, we can get both. We can get all three running. That'll be fine with me. Finally. All right, so let's start from the top here. Going on the dollar. Let's start with the daily. Let's keep to the daily. You can see the left shoulder, the head, the right shoulder coming into support as the 8's crossing over. I had a falling star there back into support. So take out that falling star on the upside and hit resistance. That's what we're waiting for. See if we can get rejected on resistance, or is it going to pop through? Everyone's consensus right now, 90% percentile that the Fed's, I think that's tomorrow, right? Fed meeting tomorrow, raising rates again. Everyone's in consensus that raise rates, and they're probably just doing that to ruin the economy and ruin Trump's name, just like usual. Just another dollar in a different day. So I already have a liberal friend tell me that Trump is going to cause the market to crash, and he didn't understand that you can't print money for 8 years straight and expect the economy to improve. You can't throw money at it to improve it. You gotta get people jobs. So the economy is going to go down, but it's not going to be Trump's fault. It's going to be the Fed's fault for pulling the trigger. And I believe that Trump, before he was even elected, 1,000 jobs lined up before he even was elected. So, like him or hate him, he's trying to do a good job, and we've got to let him. My liberal friend's like my best friend, and what a retard, political retarded. I had no idea what's going on around him. You tell him 96,000 or 96 million people are out of a job, and he's like, what? Yeah, they all have debit EBT cards. just retarded. So anyways, the dollar's making a base. Looks like an S&P's taking another leg. Look at that. It's got to be some hyperinflation out there somewhere. Let's see when the Feds hit. What are they going to raise it another quarter point? You know, get some balls. Do it a whole point. Do a whole point. Stop doing this quarter points. And all they can do is control the bonds rate anyways. Why not? If you're going to pull the trigger, why not just, you know. It's got to be hyperinflation. There's absolutely no way that these prices are real on S&P. Let's see what the Dow's doing. Dow going up for another leg. Looks like the NASDAQ's going to bounce. Looks like it was just a recovery bounce. Still got a lot of resistance on the top there, but very bearish encompassing pattern. But could be just a fall off the map, and then the big banks are buying it on the cheap. But I'm still bearish on the NASDAQ. That's a very long candle to recover from. It's got to close the week above 50% of previous candle. That's silly, just straight up silliness. Double top working on the weekly chart plus outside day, dark cloud cover. We do have so far for the week, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. Closing above previous highs, 50% roll on the previous candle. Could get its momentum back. It did bounce on the weekly at EMA 8. So I guess momentum's intact. Maybe just a giant head fake for a big, large move. Watch the move I was looking at. Oh, that was on Apple. We'll get there. So the VIX should be popping up a little bit. It did. It popped up and came back in. So it's building. Does one of those pop, comes back in, pop, comes back in, pop, comes back in. Those are bullish moves. So we'll see how that works out there. Let's get on to crude. Crude is covering. Coming off that support line. Hasn't moved much since yesterday, though. We got resistance right there. That's why. It's got to get a pop across that 8, come back into support. And then we use that 8, follow it on up. See if the rejection comes in first, though. Watch the previous low breaks. Take a ride. Now, if crude breaks down, it could fall over a little bit. It was at 38, I think. Let's look at that again. No, it's not going to test the lows. All that is a right shoulder. You got a left shoulder here ahead. Right shoulder. Those right shoulders, they like to swing those down really far. So it could come down to the 36, 40 area. The 28 was the low. That's right. I thought it was 38. So yeah, it could come down to 38, all right. But that's not the low I was talking about. Huh. It's a big reversal pattern. So watch that right shoulder as they swing it down and shake all the lungs. Pump it. Let's do a little gold again. Gold on the daily. Looks like it bounced off the 34 in and around that area. So it double topped. Boom, boom. double topped on its intraday and crossed below the 8, past the 13, almost into the 34. Not quite, but pretty damn close. Reversal. Looks like we have a 3-bar reversal. Watch the previous high breaks on that yesterday's candle, which is already above. We got a 3-bar pattern working. Let's see how fast and hard we can get. This previous candle is important, 50% rule. Breaking previous highs into previous lows, catching momentum up above 50%. And that's a daily chart. So nice hammer right over the 8 so far for the week. That's the way it's done. Weekly on silver, no hammer yet. We do have the opposing point from the climb. So hopefully that's our turn. Let's see, daily, we had a 2-bar reversal working for the day. Let's see how we can carry over. And that 4-hour chart looks like we're popping over the 8. Look at the 2-bar reversal on the 4-hour. Clear as day. You take that previous high break, you ride it on up. You could have took across the 8 first, come back into support, buy another share. Boom, boom. Now it's into the 13. Let's see if we can get a pop on that 13 in to 17 range. Yes, we can do that. We drug this through the mud, and now it's like one of those huge big boy slingshots. Pull, pull all the way back, and then swoom. Let it rip. I think the open interest on gold and silver last month alone was up 15%. So 15% open interest. They just keep printing those contracts. And we just keep going buying that physical metal. That's how we do it. We're going to win. These globalists are clueless of what's going on around them, including my liberal friend. I thought I clicked on copper. I was wondering what the heck's going on. So copper on the daily crossed over the resistance back into support right over the 13, 8, and 34 all at once. We're still working it. And right now, is this open for the next day? Not sure if it is or not. I'm not sure if this is a futures contract. Looks like it. Nice hammer over support, double bottom, no less. Take out the hammer on the upside. Use the hammer as your support. Reversal bars are good resistance support levels. Get copper running with gold and silver. Wow, what happened here? Damn. Looks like silver's the better buy. Coming back in on the gold. So it's going to bullish retrace back into support. Let's see if it comes all the way in or it just slightly touches. Stair steps into support or breaks previous highs and takes a run. That'd be awesome. Bitcoin. Now this fell over to pretty hard crash. And it looks like I have a bearish flag into resistance now, so I'm looking for another fall over. I'm looking for this to come back into the first level at 2100, where the first measured move was. 2100 is the first measured move, I believe. It's a little off there, but I believe it was right on the money on 2100. 2000 is going to be a big emotional stop for support, and that's where the 34 is sitting. But right now, I have a double top. Came all the way through on the breakdown, and now it's bearish flagging into resistance. And let's see if we can get a tighter look on this. Now, absolutely, it can break previous highs and just keep going. That is true and true. But I'm showing a bearish flag on the longer term chart. Patterns do fail, but it's going to take a lot of volume to get it past that. Let's see where we go from here. This is a good spot to take a look on 16-minute Bitcoin. Yips. So crossed, stack in, rejected, double, 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 double back, over. It's building, building, building. So it could just take a ride. Come on. What's going on with this? There's a candle right there. Those are extensions. Trade outside the pattern on Bitcoin, 60-minute chart. Looks pretty healthy, but longer term has weight. Longer term daily chart. Oh, I shouldn't have clicked that. I had all my measured moves in. So we had the breakdown, bearish retracement back into resistance. It's got to break that resistance, get above 50% rule. That's where that 8's sitting, approximate. Above 2,800, it seems. They could just keep on going. Everyone's calling for a bubble. I don't see a bubble yet. I mean, it came down 500 points within a day. And it's climbed back 300 in 2 days. It could easily catch momentum back above the 8, 50% rule. Take another measured move. Not a problem. It's not acting like a bubble. Bubbles are those things that pop and it just falls straight down forever. So it seems to be holding its own. GDX, trade outside that pattern. Got higher low, got lower highs, making a price pinch, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Pop. I'm bullish on it, of course. Oh, look at that. Previous high break over the 34. That is the move I'm talking about always and forever. That is my favorite move. Back into resistance, back into support, crossing over the 34, breaking previous highs. What I like to see is a nice pop into resistance, coming back into support. Your best buy is to watch. If you haven't caught it yet, and in the morning it gaps up, don't chase it. Let it hit resistance. It's going to come back into support. But I think that we're going to get a pop out of that one. Giddy up. Nugget. I think that all of these are going to fall in line. Looks like Nugget and Jnug are falling though. They're not up to pace yet. No, Nugget's not into pace yet. Jnug's breaking previous highs. What the hell's wrong with Nugget? I suspect Nugget to. Oh, maybe Nugget's. Wait a minute. Nugget already took a cross over the 34. It's already coming into support, making another higher low. Maybe Nugget's the leader. DX also did the same thing. Either way, I'm bullish. I got the 8, the 13 crossing over the 34. I got price crossing over the 34. Coming back at the bullish, nice bullish retracement to recovery here, outside day. Right here. So I'm bullish on GDX. Definitely bullish on GDXJ. Breaking previous highs today, closing above previous highs today. Affected by the gap. But if we can gain momentum, most certainly can hit that top of the downtrend there, come back into resistance. See the pop, come back into support, previous high break. There's a nice little flat top break right there. Pop into support, flat top break. Boom. That's the launching pad I always talk about. Nuggets just got a lot of work to do. Looks like it already crossed over bullish retracing now. And Nugget, jeez, Jnug. That is a pretty sweet looking chart right there. Take previous high breaks, pop that 34. I bet you, I don't know if we'll hit the 40% like we used to. Those 40% gainers on a day on Jnug. What's a good percentage gainer on this over printed, overexposed Jnug? I take a gander at 15-20%. See if we can get a 40%er, but I don't know about that anymore. And they ruined this thing. The high flyer that it was. They don't want people making money. They want people buying their printed contracts. I would say that is consolidated very nicely. We have a bullish pattern right under the 34 on the daily chart. Bam. I think I was bullish on it yesterday. Today is a double. Weekly chart crossing over the 8 and 13 all at once. Bam. Now for the long-term chart, I'm not bullish entirely until we can get above the 34 and hold support. That's my trend, long-term trend. We're well underneath for a while, but it looks like it's gonna pop. I would say yesterday's recommendation for a 2-week option, let it come into resistance, sell it, let it come back into support, make sure support holds, do it again. Damn, Jnug looks good. Ten-year, we're looking at that double top still working. It seems to me it's going to be rejected and fall over. Nikkei coming into support. Oh, I need to go back to the daily. Wasted days and wasted nights. TNX on a daily looks like it's basing. Left shoulder, head. Let's see where the rejection comes in. It's forming a bottom pattern. Got the A, B bottom. And they bring it down A, and then bring it down further out for the B bottom. That's a left shoulder, head, right shoulder forming. So I guess long-term I'm bearish. Short-term, I'm looking for resistance in and around 230. Ooh, it's a different story altogether, isn't it? Coming into support on one show. Looks like it's being rejected on the next. This might have to come into support a little bit more. This is a nice consolidation pattern, stairs, stepping, and it's bouncing pretty nice. This thing gaps like a mother. Boom, 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 boom. Gaps everywhere. I'm guessing it's going to gap right over resistance like it likes to. Like this gap over here, over resistance. I'm going to have to stay bullish on the Nikkei. Even though the daily looks like it crossed over the 8 and 13 back into resistance. So the bearish retracement's coming in. That means, for me, that would fall over. But this is a nice little consolidation pattern, and it turned on a dime right when it crossed over. So I'm going to have to stay bullish on that one. Look for previous low breaks. I could be wrong. Just taking a look at momentum is all. Double bottom here. Whoa, whoa. You can see the W. Back into support, higher low. Over the 34, back into support. Boom, 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 boom. Off and running. It's a bullish retracement over the 34 again. Bullish on the Shanghai. There we go. Coal finally got some. Crossed over support. Back through resistance. So they brought it down really hard and fast, and it just swung back. This is a nice example of a longer term whipsaw. See if we can catch that. 2-bar reversal over support. Support resistance line there. Very nicely done. I was tremendously bullish on this little pattern here, and they just dropped it. 2-bar reversal, now it's back. Gonna have to stay bullish on that one. Let's get these down here a little bit. So steel, little iron ore coming in. Still waiting for steel to bounce. It doesn't. That looks like a dead cat bounce there. Nice. This is a bullish pattern though, believe it or not. The saucer shape bottoms, right? You can look that up. Saucer shape. So we could get a kick out of this sooner or later, but so far it's just weak bounce. But that's a long saucer bottom. That's a daily chart though. Weekly says it's resistance right there. So we'll see what happens. It might need to gather its legs and try again. Iron ore. Same thing, I think. No, this looks a little bit better. It's a nice J curve. I'm looking for a pump out of this one. Not much for any kind of bottom pattern though. We do have a V bottom, so I'm looking for it to come up into resistance, have an opposing point, and then we'll have a pattern, something to break out of. Right now, all I have is a V bottom. And then I need some opposing point with a higher low. Build, 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 build. AG. All right, AG. Waking up a little bit. Looks like I got a higher low double bottom. It's got a lot of work to do. You got the 8, 13, and 34 all above there. Looks like it's building pretty nicely. Higher low, double bottom. Already cranked it into resistance. Came back one more time. Nice 2-bar pattern outside day. The boot. That's nice. An 8K. Yeah, we're going to get a pump out of this one too. Look at the consolidation pattern between the 8 and the 13 on this one. 2-bar pattern pop. Came all the way across. Resistance lines came all the way back in. Inverted hammer over support. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Tight, 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 tight. Use that 13 and the 8 coming across. Right over the 34. This is going to get real tight and nasty. URA. Double bottom coming across resistance. That's the balance point that I drew in there. I do believe. So this is a waveform above the balance point. It crossed over that balance point, and now we're doing a little consolidation double bottom, trying to get back above to get into this top waveform. So it just gathered its legs. Looks bullish from here. URA. UEC is just going sideways. Does have a bullish retracement on the daily. On the last bit there. This could be a reverse head and shoulders. Watch that right shoulder swing down. Look for previous high breaks. Could take a run into resistance. And it looks like that last pump on URRE was it. Because that was a huge J curve. Oops. Ran too far with it. Huge J curve, pop, pop. And now it's doing the consolidation. One thing to notice though, you have a pop and a pop. What's the length between those two pops? You can probably measure it out and be pretty close on the timing. Let's see if we can do that. So it looks to me like maybe, what is that? August 11th is the day of the breakout. No, that would be incorrect. It would have to be a little bit smoother than that. But you can test the timing if you want. '21st. It's not exact, so let's wait for August to come around and see if URRE will explode on us. Pretty good move though, right? You can test that out for yourself. Apple looks like it has a 3-bar reversal working. Let's see where the rejection comes in. Lots of resistance on the way up from that dark cloud cover. I don't trust it. I would not be trading this right now. I would be bearish. Google, same thing. Google hit supports and Apple went through support, back through resistance. Just another day in the crypto world. I'm trading BC again. Too spectacular. I think a lot of people are holding their money close by. There was some Coinbase conspiracies going on. Don't use Coinbase. Just use it once for your initial purchase of Bitcoin, and never use it again because the IRS is watching it. Attacked by the powers that be, and some people's Bitcoin got stolen or something. I'm not sure. It just disappeared in the ether. Anyways, I love trading this thing. It moves a lot of coin every day, and it just moves very smoothly. I bought this bottom. I'm looking for a support buy here. So I sold all the way up, little bits. Bing, 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 bing. Maybe 4 bits. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not exactly calculating, just, like every whatever. I could use the previous lows like I teach. But what I'm looking for is just to sell on the way up. When it hits resistance, it's going to come back down, and I'm going to buy back. And I just do that all the time. All day it's been running up. All night it'll probably come back in. And then I'll put my order in at night. I put my orders in to front run it. And then I accumulate. My account took a big hit after that 500-point drop on Bitcoin, but that's the name of the game now. A little Ethereum. I don't know. I got a hanging man. I got a lower high, hanging man. Here's the thing on anything out there, anything. Once it runs up hard and fast, it does this little dance. It starts to, if it doesn't take out the top and make higher highs on a continuing basis, momentum drops. And you can see that now we are closing below the 8. We stepped through the 8 back into resistance, got rejected. Now we got a lower high. Lower highs are bearish, so let this thing come back in, gather its legs, and try again. And let's look at one more. BTS, this one. Just one more. Ran hard and fast, right? Hard and fast, lower high, right? Came all the way through, back through. Lucky enough, this one just popped one more time. Huge, look at that huge falling star there. Exhaustion move, falling star. And I say it's a falling star because it confirmed on the downside. Now we got a bunch of bearish retracement back into resistance. It's getting steeper and steeper and steeper. It's going to fall over. BTS ran hard and fast. And I missed it. I totally missed it. Last time, I think I caught these both these two waves. But look at this wave comparison. I missed it. I totally missed it. I made a bunch of money over here, bunch of money over here, and I missed the big money maker. Oh well, it'll come back in, gather its legs, and try again. 24/7 these things. Anyways, follow me on Steemit. Please share, like, and comment. Change the name of the channel because this whole Google algorithm has hit precious metals pretty hard. So I'm going to change it to Rusty Trades. And see what happens. And everyone's been talking about this fake news thing and this algorithm changed by Google. And political show or anything, but that's called censorship. And my viewership has dropped almost 85%. My subscriptions increased 150 per month. And last month I got 9 subscribers. So a little frustrating. I think I'm going to change the name and then see what happens with all of this junk. Just because my name is Precious Metals Prices doesn't mean I need to be censored. So anyways, pleasure, everybody. Thanks for watching. I'll see you.